Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the Team Olympus Racing YouTube channel. We're working on one of the chase rigs today. We're putting a new winch and changing the stinger on the JK. This is one of our shop rigs. It's been a support rig for racing and other things and works great, does a good job. It's got a number of things we've done to it, so you can see all that in the promo. But we want to change the stinger out. We're going to cut this one off of this bumper, and we're going to do more of a pre-runner type stinger because we want to be able to mount a light bar down low here to provide additional light out front. And then we're going to change the winch on this to this. It's a Warn Zeon 10. We'll be running a ARE synthetic line on it, and it'll be a great winch for what we need, a little bit stronger, as well as good line speed. Let's get started. All right, so what's the plan of attack here, Joe?
First, I'm going to start by unbolting the winch, cutting off this stinger, getting all the wiring, everything out of there, and we'll start designing a new light bar.
Cool. Do we, what light bar are we putting up here? Oh, the Ares. We're going to put an Ares 20 inch, I think it is. We'll have to measure for it, but we'll put this light bar on. Boom, there. So yeah, this is a 20 inch Zeus Lighting Ares bar. It's got side lighting, really good front lighting, has decent distance, but most of all it's got really good width, so it's the perfect bar to have the style on the front of your vehicle. All right, let's get this thing cut apart.
The closer you got to me, the faster I try to leave. Like a mirage, like a mirage. The scars that you don't keep on my arms, I appear empty. Like a mirage, like a mirage.
What are you working on?
I have no idea.
Is that the,
This is the remote for the winch.
oh, the wireless remote.
Yes, sir. Would you like me to cut these wires?
Cut? Bro, you remember what happened last time you cut wires. Let's, I guess let's go ahead and cut the stinger off, and we'll figure out what we want to put on there and how it looks. Okay, because I don't want to have to buy a new grill and I don't want to have cuts in the grill, we're going to take the grill off. Show us how it's done. It's just a little, like a body panel clip almost. That should be it.
Like a mirage, like a mirage. The scars that you don't keep on my arms, I appear empty. Like a mirage, like a mirage, like a mirage. It's so
Okay, so we got the stinger cut off, we got the winch removed, and we got the bumper cleaned up. There's still a little more sanding work we're gonna do, and there's a couple little dings we wanna repair. But past that, we're gonna go ahead and get the winch mounted so that we can get the bull bar that we want designed around the winch. And then while I'm working on that, Joe can finish up cleaning up the bumper.
Am I allowed to open the box now?
Yes. In this episode of Off-Road Unboxing, Joe pulls out a winch. No, turn around with it. Looks light.
Nope.
No? What's the winch? That's a beefy controller. Hardware.
That, sir.
What's that?
So that's gonna be a problem.
What's wrong?
And
Oh man, we got a problem here. The winch hits the side of the bumper on each side. Square it up. What kind of crap is that? Oh man, dude, that's like an inch above it. Well, this is 2 times in a row that we wanted to do something that had problems. At least I didn't blow a fuse, hopefully. Don't know yet. So we gotta go get some longer bolts, and I think we're just gonna get some tube stock and make risers for the winch that'll bolt through the plate, and maybe that'll work. So we've got to raise it up an inch. Okay, so after discussing it, we're gonna use a piece of square stock because we only need to raise it about 3/4 of an inch. We'll drill holes in it, weld it, and then we're gonna add some gussets so it's strong, and this should be enough to clear it. And the only other thing we may have to do is raise the fair lead up, but we'll play with it and see what's happening. We did go to Lowe's and get some longer bolts, so let's get to installing. Okay, so we put the spacers in there. As you can see, it does clear, just enough. So that's cool. Looks good too. Now we need to, well, I don't know. I think we need to bring the fair lead up a little, but that shouldn't be too hard. But overall it fits. Definitely like how it looks. It's a big winch though. What do you think, Joe?
yeah, that's a big winch.
Yeah. All right. So now that we know where the winch is going to be, we're going to start measuring for the bull bar. So this is going to be more of a pre-runner type bull bar than a stinger, I guess you could say. So let's get that and we'll figure it out. Okay, so now that we have an idea where the winch is going to be at and all that, we're measuring out for the light bar. And the way we're going to do it is we're going to come off here, come up the front, go in front of the winch, and come back there. So the tube's going to be bent around the front of the winch, and we're going to figure out what we need for tabs on the back based on the light bar measurement from here to here, which is 23 3/4. So we'll measure up and then add a few inches, and it's, in this case, we're going to measure quite a bit taller than possibly what's needed, but we'll play around with it. For the bull bar, we're going to use 1 3/4 DOM. This is 95 wall, and this will work perfect for that. Okay, so if it's 23 1/4, we want to give it a little buffer, so we'll call it 25. So we also want to have a foot of tube on each side, so 25 and 12 and 12 is 49. So we'll mark this out at 49 and cut it there. Ah, my tape measure broke. Okay, got the tube cut at 49 inches. Now we're going to mark it at 12 inches on each side, clean it up, and put our bends in it. Alright, I got this. Okay, so we have the tube cleaned up on each side at about 12 inches where we're going to bend it. So we're going to mark it and bend it up at the angle that looks about right. To 0, that's cool. One thing when you're bending is you want to make sure your bend is clocked right. So always make sure this should be at 90. So we're at 88.4. Let's keep going. $90. And we've got it measured out here. So the distance that we're gonna be bending is the same on each side. And then we have a mark on the die we'll bend to, but then once this is bent, before we pull it out of the die, we'll check the angle from here to here and from here to here to make sure that it's the same. Now we're going to check our angles and make sure that the difference is there. So, calibrate, zero you out. We have 45.3. Zero you out again. We have 48. You know what? I forgot. So when you're bending tube, there's spring back, and I forgot to account. We bent to the same mark, but I bet once we release the pressure, the spring back. Oh. Okay, so we're gonna measure again now. We are at 45.3. And by zeroing it out, we're zeroing it to this plane so we know the angle from here to here. So now, that's zero again. 45.4, sweet. Okay, so when we set it up there, we actually see that it's not quite the angle we want. So we're gonna put a little more bend in each side, because not only will it bring this closer into here, it'll also bring it higher up to where we want it. So let's go bend some more. Okay, so we got it bent where we want it now, and the angle's a lot better. It comes in further. So now we're gonna cut the notches right there and get this thing all squared up, tacked in place, mount the light, run the wires, and boom.
I like that.
Okay, there we go. What do you think, Joe?
I like it.
So we've got it now. We got to square it up. We got the angle correct where we wanted to. Got the ends all beveled, and we're gonna tack it up. And we're real happy with it. Like I said, it's more of a pre-runner type bar, and yeah, I like it. We got everything leveled because this is 0.2. And if we come down to the bumper, 'cause it's always hard to play that. That's 0.2. Where we at? Should be around 0.2.
About 0.4.
I'm guessing driver high.
Well, now it's 0.2.
Yeah, pull the light back off. I'll weld the tabs. While I'm welding the tabs, go ahead and wire up the winch. And then at that point, we can almost go ahead and put the grill back on. Almost done. a tight fit. If you think we can get it, that'd be nice not to take the winch back off. Watch it. 3. Look at you go, Joe. There's 4. Cool. Got the last of the wiring done. Joe's finishing up for light bar. The winch, got the rope set up on there. See, that's hooked up, ready to be spooled. Oh, poof, we gotta turn that around. That's the wrong direction. I think so. We'll fix it. Yeah, we're about done. We're not completely done with this, so we don't want to paint it just yet. So we wiped everything down with WD-40. I mean, it's gonna get goop on it and stuff. We'll have to clean it before we work on it again. But as a whole, definitely happy with how this front end's coming out. I really like how it looks. So now we're gonna spool up the winch. Okay, so we got the line on. Joe's tightening the bolts on the fairlead, and that's about it. What else we got, Joe?
That's about it. We need to tension this line, but we can do that when we get outside.
Yeah, so like I said, we're running the industrial line 12 strand, and with the 12 strand, you do want to tension it. With our spider silk dual braid, you don't have to tension it because we pre-tension it when it's made. This we do pre-tension. However, because it's 12 strand, it can loosen up. There's nothing holding the braids compressed. So like I said, this is 100 feet, 7/16. That is the max this winch will hold. This is our standard HD removable hook. It's really simple. This end slides over this. Finger's stuck. Slides in, kind of interlocks as such. You have a little spacer here, and the spacer is grooved so it holds it. And then now we just take a hammer, thump this in place. These are our Zeus Lighting V2 headlights and our 20-inch Ares bar. Let's go check it out. Okay, so apparently it decided to start snowing, but we were expecting that. There's supposed to be a pretty nasty storm coming in. That's why we wanted to get everything finished up tonight. But here's just a quick example. Here's the low beam headlights on the V2s, and then the high beam. I'm a little bit on an uphill angle right now, and then the light bar. So you can see it gives you a nice 180 degree view almost. You can kind of see it off that way. Nice widespread pattern out front. And then combine that with the high beams, you got a lot of light. It's perfect. All right, so there you have it. We got the front end of the JK redone. I really like how this turned out. It just gave it a different look that I really wanted it different. There's a few things that we're gonna button up, but overall, everything turned out good. We got the winch in. We're gonna add some more gussets to the plate, but it is installed now, and we're gonna make it just a little bit better. And everything's wired up, light works, winch works. We're all happy. So if you like this video, make sure you come down and give us a thumbs up, hit the bell so you can be notified when we upload more videos. And if you're not subscribed, make sure that you get subscribed because our next giveaway is coming up. We're only about 100 subscribers away. So get on that now. And also check out our last video. And if you're not entered on that one, you can get a set of lights with that because we're giving those away too, independent of our subscriber contest. So with that, we're gonna finish up a few things. We'll see you next time.
Good night, everybody.